guys. Did you miss me? My background always looks crazy, but you guys know we are very low budget over here. Very low budget. Okay. Hi guys. Today we're doing makeup, obviously, and I'm using the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I've been going through my drawers because I have like 30 palettes. I'm not buying any new makeup as far as like eyeshadows and stuff go, because I have so many curated palettes and then I have singles still. So I'm trying to actually pan some stuff before I buy more. But this is what this looks like. So we're gonna do like a brownie purple kind of look. So I just got back from, well, not just, we got back yesterday. So I just got back from out of town. And we had a good time. If you remember, I told you we went out of, I'm going in with the shade Unity. We went out of town to a model train show for my daughter. So the first night, it was just Jeff and I at the hotel just so we could have like a date night and just be childless for a second. And then the second night, we went and got Adelaide from my in-laws' house. And she joined us at the hotel. And we went swimming. And she went to her school's fair that day as well, but mainly we went swimming. Went out to eat a couple places. Lady has this thing with bathrooms. I think I've said this before in a video. So my kid is autistic, so she's got quirks. I'm gonna call them. She has quirks, and one of her quirks is bathroom. She doesn't like loud toilets. She doesn't like hand dryers. And she doesn't like eyeball toilets because in her mind, they tend to be louder. So if she goes into a bathroom and she sees any of those things, she will refuse to go, even if she's got to pee. So luckily, hold on. Pardon me. Pardon me. So luckily, the restaurants we went to, luckily our hotel room, it wasn't like super high tech, so it didn't have a eyeball toilet and it didn't have a hand dryer. So she was fine at the hotel. And when we went down to the pool, there was a bathroom down there too. Same thing. It wasn't super modern. It didn't have an eyeball toilet, nor did it have a dryer. So that was cool. Like I said, we went to the restaurant. We were lucky there because they did not, it was an older restaurant, so they did not have an eyeball toilet or a hand dryer. So everything was good up until the model train show. So the model train show at the location they were at, where they were holding it, all the bathrooms had automatic dryers and eyeball toilets. And Lady refused to go potty. She refused. We forgot to have her go. Did we? Yeah, we forgot to have her go before we went to the model train show. And I stayed in the car because I don't care about model trains. So Jeff took her in, so it was one less ticket he had to buy, and Lady was free. So he took her in. And they were in there for an hour and a half until she couldn't hold it anymore. And she said she had to go pee. So we were first going to go to the restaurant because this was all in the same vicinity. So we were down the street from the restaurant we had went to the night before, but they didn't open. They weren't open. So then we had to drive back to our old hotel that we had already checked out of. And I had to explain to the concierge why we were back. And thankfully, they let my kid use the bathroom. But it was a it was kind of dramatic, like, because so Jeff is Lady's favorite parent. She has a favorite, and she loves being around her dad. She loves going places with her dad, doing stuff with her dad. The unfortunate part is a lot of places, like a lot of public spaces, don't have family bathrooms. So either he's going to take her into the men's room, or he's going to go into the female restroom with her. And the way things are right now, he's terrified of like someone thinking that he's trying to do something, um, bad. And then my kid, once again, she's autistic, so when she gets emotional, it's not like, oh, I don't want to. She doesn't vocalize anything. She'll just start screaming and crying and flailing and stuff like that. And then he's worried that someone's going to think that he's trying to kidnap her, even though they look they look identical. But he, the climate these days, he's just worried that someone's going to call the police on him because they think he's doing something bad to a child. Anyway, because we've had several incidents before where he tried to take her somewhere and she threw a fit, and he was like, I'm not doing it anymore, which I disagree with that. But whatever. So I don't know how to get Lady to get over this bathroom thing, because we forgot her headphones. I mean, her noise canceling headphones, we did forget those. So she didn't have them on this trip. So maybe it would have been different if we had her noise canceling headphones on. But either way, he was in there with her, and granted, though, he didn't ask if the place they were at had a family restroom. He didn't vocalize, which is, we got in a argument about that. But but from what he could see, they did not have a family bathroom. So either he was going to take her into the male bathroom, or he's going to go in the female bathroom with her. But there was just no good option. So I really wish that public spaces had more family bathrooms, because that doesn't really accommodate, single parents with opposite sex children. So if we had a son and I was taking him places, well, apparently it's more acceptable for a woman to bring her son into the women's bathroom than it is for a man to bring a little girl into the male's bathroom. I think that's a double standard, but that's just the way it is. But I just wish more places had family bathrooms, because it's needed for some instances, especially if you have a special needs child who can't go into the, or I don't say, Lady can't. She's physically able to. She just won't. She'd rather pee herself. So, I just really wish more places had family bathrooms. But then that got us into arguing about advocacy, but I'm me. Like, Jeff and I are very different people. I am very much so, I don't give a fuck about what you think. Like, if my kid is screaming, and, well, once again, it's like a double standard, because if it's a woman and a young girl, not a lot of people think twice. But if it's a grown man and a young girl, like, a lot of people automatically will think, without knowing any circumstances or anything, that something is wrong. So it's a societal thing too. But I'm very much so, I will explain, like, when we went back to the old hotel, I explained to the front desk why we were back, and he said okay, because typically hotels don't have public restrooms for people. Let me zoom you in a little bit. So yeah, so typically hotels don't have public restrooms for people, but he let us use the restroom after I explained why we were back, which was really good of him. But if he hadn't, We were going to use that bathroom one way or another. Let's just say that. But yeah. So we just got into an argument about advocacy and what that looks like, basically, because lady is 7, so we've been like, she's been potty trained for, I would say, like about 3 good years, and there's no end in sight of her not of her not being scared anymore, which is really, really fucking frustrating. I'm just gonna tell you, it's so frustrating. But she is different. Her brain interprets things differently, and she's scared. I just hope one day she grows out of it, because it is it is super, super inconvenient. And like I said, my husband is worried that one day someone is going to literally call the cops on him because lady's having a meltdown. And I hope in that event he'll be able to explain that he's not hurting her or trying to kidnap her. But that's what he worries about. He just worries about that. So having a special needs child in America is challenging, to say the least. Very challenging. Very challenging. But overall, we had a good weekend. The bed, I came home and my back is hurting, my lower back, and like the base of my neck in the back is so tight, because their beds, like, I got a suite, so it was 2 beds in there and then a couch bed. So lady slept on the couch bed, and then Jeff and I had our separate beds. But the separate beds, I thought they were queen size. They were definitely doubles. They were tiny little beds, like my feet were hanging off the edge, and it wasn't comfortable. Like, I liked how firm the mattress was, but Jeff did not, so he didn't sleep well at all either. So hi. So it was nice coming home to our own bed. But yeah, lady slept fine. Needless to say, she slept fine. Oh, and another thing that happened, okay, so when they went to the model train show, apparently they were giving out free vintage trains, and lady got 3 of them. And these, when I say vintage, they're like from 1996. So the reason I know that is because they have a little order form in there showing that you can order more parts, but it's only valid through 1996. Anyway, so she opens up her, oh yeah, it was a model train show convention thing. So she opens up her vintage train pieces, and there's a picture in there showing that it's a 4-piece set and not a 3-piece set. So now, because once again, my child is autistic, so once again, her brain is unable to get past the fact that it's a 4-piece set, but she only has 3 pieces. So all of yesterday when we got back, when I tell you she was like, Jeff went to go play D&D when we got home. When I tell you this girl was having a meltdown, because in her brain, she thinks, or for some reason, she can't play with the other 3. She has to have the whole set. It has to be complete. So she was having a meltdown, and being the not wanting to deal with that, I went on eBay. Now remember, these are vintage trains from 1996. So luckily, because the train pieces came with the came with a little like advertisement on it saying what company they're from and stuff. The company is no longer around, but I was able to find the train piece she was missing on eBay. I paid $20 for it, which was annoying, but so I bought it. But it didn't end there, because until she has it in her hand, she is unable to play. She's unable to get past the fact that she doesn't have it. So after I bought it, then she starts the circular thought of she doesn't have it, so I didn't buy it. And I kept trying to explain to her that she has to wait for the mailman to bring it. Yeah, I mean, it's a tiny $20. It's literally this small, though. And it's plastic. It's not metal. It's not expensive stuff, which is why they were giving them out for free. But when you want to buy them, they're expensive. Anyway, her little brain would not let her have peace yesterday, because she was just obsessed. So I kept having to tell her, Mommy bought it. You just have to wait for the mailman to. She said, I can't wait. I want to play with it. I said, you can play with it, but it's not here. She's like, but you have to buy it. And it just goes around and around and around. It's so, like, having a special needs child. Oh, my God. That's all. Oh, my God. Oh, my God is what I'm going to say. I'm happy that it's only, that she's not like super autistic, because if she was super autistic, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. I'm just gonna be real honest. I don't think I'd be able to handle it. But she's in between, like on the scale of 1 to 3, she's a 2. So they say God only gives you what you can handle. So but this little girl, she's only 7. She's only 7, so who knows what her brain is going to be like as she gets older. But right now is she gets hyper focused. Yeah, definitely huge props to people working in, that's my husband, by the way. Definitely huge props to people working in special education, because when my kid gets stuck on something, she is stuck on it for a while. Same thing when we're trying to do math practice. Her little brain will not let her get past, well, sometimes won't let her get past the fact that she doesn't like math. Even though she'll be doing it, she'll be using her little number line, and she's getting them. And then all of a sudden, it's like she remembers, wait a second, I don't like this, which means all of a sudden she can't do it, which means she gets frustrated. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, and as a parent, it's so frustrating. But she's gonna grow up. She's not gonna be a child forever. So hopefully, the way she interprets the world will also grow up too. But the bathroom thing is a real issue at this moment, because the world is not accommodating to single parents with opposite gendered children. And it's frustrating, but I love my kid to death. But yeah, so she went to school this morning, and she seemed well, I didn't see her this morning, but my husband didn't say that she was tired or anything, so she must have slept good. But overall, we had a good weekend. It was a nice weekend. But that's one of the reasons we don't go very many places with her, because of the whole bathroom thing. But as soon as she grows out of it, then we can do more fun stuff. I need some water. All right, I'm going to put purples on the outer and inner part of this look. I'm doing Halo Eye. Pardon me. And the palette that I'm using today is the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. Ugh. The older I get, the more foldy my eyes get. I haven't completely lost my crease yet, but it's getting there. I don't know what I'm going to do when I lose it 100%. Maybe get some eye surgery or something. But what else has been going on? All right, so that friend that I have, I remember I told you the other day, we kind of like got into an argument about politics, and originally she told me she wasn't political. Like, let me retell the story. So I was talking to someone else about politics, and then my friend chimes in, even though they have said they're not political. She chimes in with her idea on the matter, and we don't agree. And I am not one to, and she's and they were saying, they were telling some misinformation is what I say. And I am not one of those people that is going to say, oh, well, I know the truth. No, unfortunately, I'm one of those people like, if I know the truth, I need to tell everybody. So I did not let it slide by that my friend was spreading misinformation about what is going on right now in current events. And I'm specifically talking about the Iranian thing. So, it got, I wouldn't say it got heated, but apparently my friend felt that I, what's the word? What am I trying to say? Insulted them because I said they were blindly following Trump on everything he says rather than looking it up looking at all the facts and making their own decision. Instead, they're just listening to everything this man says, even though it's not true. So they got offended that I said it would be disappointing that it's disappointing that they do that. So they said that was offensive, and we took it. This was a private conversation at this point, and then I let them know, like, I don't regret what I said. It would be disappointing, or it is disappointing, or it would be disappointing if you are a blind follower. I said the thing I messed up on is saying that you are rather than if you are. So instead of assuming that they are a blind follower, I shouldn't say it's definitive because I don't know that. I should have said if you're a blind follower. But judging from their reaction, I'm going to go with they're still offended. And we haven't talked in 4 days. So in my last video, I was saying, I'm going to give it a couple of days and see what happens. So I know my friend read my text because my phone shows me when my text messages has been read. So I know they read it. So I thought maybe they would respond after I said that, but they haven't responded. So I think what I'm going to do is just text them today and be blunt and ask, because I don't like speculating. I like black and white. I don't really like gray when it comes to interactions with people. Like, you need to tell me what you're feeling. I'm not going to assume what you're feeling because I'm not you, or assume how you think because I'm not you. So just tell me. Don't play games with me. So I think I'm just going to text them and say, like, let me know what you're feeling so I know how to proceed. Because this might be one of those friendship ending things, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I know how strongly I feel about certain things that the current president and his administration has done, and certain things they have said that like makes me wholeheartedly believe that they are not a good person. I wholeheartedly believe that they are not a good person. So I don't even care if all of a sudden things start getting better. That's not the point. Is they're not. I know they're not going to get. I mean, but they're a terrible person. They're a terrible person, and if you're and I don't want to be. How do I want to say this? Because this is why I don't talk political on here, because and then I don't know what I'm gonna say, and I don't want to say something offensive. I like being around people who like facts. That's what I'll say. I like being around people who like facts, who take facts and from different places, not just from one place, from different places, and then making their own decision on what's going on. Instead of just saying, oh, this person, because they're in a position of power, has said it, it must be true. That is not me, and I don't like I like surrounding myself with people who think. And I think I also said this like before. I'm convinced I'm not a Democrat. I'm convinced I don't like politics. I don't like any politician unless they're doing something that benefits me. And that's rare on both sides, to be honest with you. It's very rare. Like I put on Facebook, this person I don't know. Once again, I'm one of those people that has to, like, if I see misinformation, I have to say something. But they made a post on Facebook basically saying it's the Democrats' fault that the SAVE Act is not being passed, and that the SAVE Act is a voter ID bill, which is only half true. So I went on there and I said the truth because I've read the bill. The voter ID is not referring to your driver's license, because you already use your driver's license to vote, right? The SAVE Act is saying that you need additional proof that you are an American citizen. And the reason that this is an issue is here only certain states have enhanced IDs. So I live in Michigan. So here we have something called an enhanced ID that says on there that you are a US citizen. A regular driver's license does not prove that you are a US citizen, which is what everybody gets. Or a state ID. When you apply for it, when you turn 18 or want to learn how to drive, that's something everybody gets. That's like standard across the board. It does not prove that you're a US citizen. So you would have to go and purchase, if you want to vote with a driver's license or a state ID, you would have to go buy an enhanced ID. But like I said, not every state has enhanced IDs. So then what do the people do that don't live in a state that have that? Well, then they'll have to produce their birth certificate, which for a lot of people is fine. But then you have people that have changed their name for one reason or another. Mine would be because I took my husband's name. So then I need a birth certificate. But my birth certificate and my driver's license don't match because I have a new last name. So some people are saying, well, that wouldn't matter. Yes, it would, because the whole point of the bill is to prevent voter fraud, right? So why would they allow you to have a birth certificate and a driver's license with two different names on it? Okay. So then it says, okay, so you have to show that you changed your name. So if you change your name due to marriage, then you have to bring in a marriage certificate. But a marriage certificate also doesn't show that you are a U.S. citizen. So you would have to bring your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, and a photo ID. 3 things to vote. 3. Right now, you only need your driver's license. The SAVE Act is saying some people would have to bring 3 things. And if you don't have those 3 things, which I don't think a lot of people keep track of their birth certificate or marriage certificate, especially if they're like older, because I mean, what do you use it for? Then you have to purchase it, which costs money, which is a poll tax. So it's very misleading when some people put on there that this is just Democrats are, just against voter ID. That's not true. So, and then the bill, because I read the whole thing, once again, I read the whole thing. It doesn't take into effect trans people either. So if you're trans in some states, they don't let you. Yeah. So it's, if you're trans and you are living your life as a different gender than what your birth certificate says, the bill doesn't, from what I remember, the bill doesn't say anything about that. So it would leave it up to the people that are running the voter roll, the people that are verifying your identity. So if you come in, say you're a trans person, and you don't have an enhanced ID, pardon me, you bring in your birth certificate, and say you change your name too and you're trans, because a lot of trans people do that unless they have a name that goes both ways, like Alex, but a lot of trans people don't. I'm basing this off of what I view on social media, because I follow a lot of trans influencers because I think they're the bravest people ever. But getting back to what I'm saying, if you change your name and you changed your gender on your license, then you leave it up to the voting roll person verifying your ID to say that you are who that birth certificate says you are. Now, what about if you have someone that is anti-trans, that for some reason doesn't like trans people? You really think that person's going to do the right thing and just say, yes, I believe that you are the person on the birth certificate? Oh, you would have to bring in the paperwork that shows that you changed your name and your photo ID. You're going to trust that that one person who is anti-trans is going to let you vote? I would not put my constitutional right in the hands of someone else to decide if I can vote or not. And the bill doesn't say, no politician is even talking about that. Yeah, but so I live in America, right? So you can do that here too. But your birth certificate is not going to match the ID you have presently, because when you at birth, the doctor assigns or determines what gender you are. So I don't hear any politician talking about that. But so okay, right. So that was the SAVAC. So that's why I am not in support of the SAVAC, because it causes more issues than it fixes. So there's not a reason to have the SAVAC that I can think, except to make voting harder for some people, which would be married women, because it tends to be women that change their last names, or people that have changed their names in general, or trans people. And how do all these people usually vote? Okay? And then another thing I don't understand is that you'll have all these like hardcore MAGA Republicans saying this is the best thing ever. And I'm like, it's going to affect you too. Like, I have a coworker I used to, I don't have a job now, but I used to have he was my coworker. He's all for the SAVE Act. And I have to remind him, like, because we'd be talking on Facebook, I have to remind him it's going to affect your wife too. So unless you have your birth certificate and your marriage, she has her birth certificate and her marriage certificate, she's not going to be able to vote because her name is not the same as it was when she was born, or or on documents that show she's a U.S. citizen. So, but he's stuck on the fact that it's all about voter ID, and it's not. Anyway, so this random person on Facebook that I responded to was saying the same thing, and I was being snarky. I'll admit. I said, the Republicans control all three branches of government right now, but you're blaming it on a Democrat, right? So then the person responds to me and says that's not how it works. They need a vote of 60, but they have something called the filibuster, which prevents things from being voted on. I know this. They don't know I know this, but because I don't know this person. So, I would like to think they were trying to inform me and not just be an asshole, So I put my snarkiness aside and I said, I know. But since Republicans control everything right now, they can get rid of the filibuster. They're choosing not to. If they really believe this SAVE Act would be so monumental, so good for America, that it has to be done, they would get rid of the filibuster. The reason they don't get rid of the filibuster is because it benefits them too. And that's what I said in my comment. Every politician has either self or party agenda attached to them. There is no politician, and this is just my opinion, there is no politician who is strictly for the American people. Right or left. They all have some sort of agenda. They all have some sort of agenda. And that's sad. Because if you get rid of the filibuster and everything that a politician creates, a bill that they create, and you'll see who votes on it, you'll see what they put forward, and you'll also see who votes on it, I guarantee you there wouldn't be half as much bullshit. Like, for instance, in what state was that? I don't remember the state, but they put forth a bill saying that if you are a woman and you have, or I shouldn't say a woman, but if you are able to have children and you have an abortion, you could face the death penalty. What? What? So say that was like trying to go through federally, right? So someone puts that forward and it goes to a vote and it passes. Then you would 100% know who is and is not for what and what their values are. Because you're going to put someone to death because they have an abortion. And maybe it's not even an abortion. Maybe it's a miscarriage. Something happens to where the fetus dies. You're telling the person you could be put to death. What? Anyway, I personally think getting rid of the filibuster would make politicians more honest, and I think it would disillusion American citizens who like to, be all for one party or all for one politician, because it like politics has turned into like a game, which it's not. We're literally talking about things that affect people's lives. And when you're like, oh, I'm all for AOC, or I'm all for Lindsey Graham, or I'm all for Nancy Mace, or I'm all for Marjorie Taylor Greene, or I'm all for Ilmar, I can't remember her last name. But you have your favorite players, that it would disillusion the American people that these people that you support without blinking, don't always vote the way that would benefit you. Because the reason why, and this is my opinion, the reason why things are happening right now the way they're happening is because someone's making money off of it. I believe that wholeheartedly about Venezuela, and I believe that wholeheartedly about Iran. I also believe the reason why America doesn't have, Josh, I don't know who Josh Johnson is. I know Mike Johnson. That's the Speaker of the House. I also know that the reason why America, or this is what I believe, I wholeheartedly believe this though, the reason why America in the foreseeable future will never have universal health care is because too much money is going to private companies that have influence over politicians to prevent them from voting for it. They would lose too much money. And those lobbyists and the private companies are able to pay politicians to get them to vote a certain way. Now in Australia, they just prevented that. Like they said, billionaires are not able to pay politicians to sway them. The guy that wears the hoodie and does stand-up called Flowers Tour SMT. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look that up. But in Australia, they just signed into law that you can't do that. So I wish they would do that here. But it's never going to happen because people make too much money. People make too much money. People make too much money. Like, for instance, the reason why... or probably one of the reasons why maternity leave, extended maternity leave doesn't exist is because Nestle has little lobbyists, maybe not Nestle, but the companies that make baby formula have lobbyists in politics having politicians vote against it because then those companies that make baby formula would lose money because then the mothers would be breastfeeding if they were able to. They would be breastfeeding instead of giving formula. Meaning formula would not get bought as heavily as it does when for children, for babies. Yeah, look it up. I'm not making this shit up. So there's a reason why things are the way they are, and why they're not going to change anytime soon, because people are making money, and that's why I told that guy on Facebook, all politicians have an agenda. They will campaign about being for the people, and maybe they will. Some of this stuff will benefit the people too, but I guarantee you it's going to benefit them as well. They're not going to do something that's not going to benefit them as well. And then you have to think about party lines, because right now everything is so divided, which is really fucking stupid, because at the end of the day, the American people are paying everybody sitting up there in the Capitol from our pockets. We're paying them to do what's best for us, not to get over on the other party. That is not their job, and that's what it's turned into. That's what American politics has turned into. We have a president that's literally saying after Iran is taken care of, the enemy number one is the Democrats. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? Are you joking? Never mind all the other stupid shit he says, but you're literally saying because someone doesn't agree with you or is in the opposite party, they're enemy number one, even though they're still an American. I'm telling you. Politics is ugly. Politics is ugly. And some people are just so, I don't know, they're just so in the matrix that they don't, oh, this is turning out really pretty, that they don't realize that they're pitting, the politicians are pitting us against each other instead of looking at them and saying, what the fuck are you doing? That, you know, and this is why I like Nancy Mace. So Nancy Mace is a Republican. And this is why I say I don't believe them a Democrat really, because I like Nancy Mace. But the reason I like her is, number one, she hasn't let go of this Epstein thing. Because don't forget, the Epstein thing is still happening. Or I should say nothing is happening with the Epstein thing, which is the problem. And she's not letting people forget. Okay. She also called out Lindsey Graham, who is I think he's a senator out of South Carolina or something, talking about how he'd rather go to Israel than stay in the United States. Then go then. Also talking about how we should we should be happy to be sending our children to fight in the Iranian conflict. And he doesn't have any children, by the way. He has no children. So Nancy Mace called him out. Like, who are you to tell the American people that they should potentially sacrifice their children for what exactly? What is even happening? What is happening? What is happening? Do we even know? Do we even know? No, we don't, because our own government can't even get their stories straight. Anyway, I fucks with Nancy Mace. Now, the day she says something crazy, which she has said some crazy shit, I'm gonna call her out on that too. But I like the fact that she is standing up for Epstein survivors, and she's calling out Lindsey Graham because there's something wrong with his brain, or he's getting paid a lot of money from Israel, which I think the latter is probably what's going on. So I'm going to go in with some dark purple. The eyes are pretty much done. I'm sorry I got on a rant about politics, but it really makes me angry that you have people that post things on social media, and then you look at the comments and there's just people like, oh yeah, like, like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. And it's like, but is it though? Because of this, that, and the other? And then I try to have conversations with people, because I don't have arguments. I have conversations. I don't get emotional about things. But, except if it's coming to my kid. But, so I have conversations with people that are like hardcore, pro this or anti that. And then I bring in a different point of view and have facts with it, not just emotion, not just I think or feel, but facts and silence. 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 So, silence. The silence is deafening. Okay? So, I am not, like, I don't want to, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Yeah, I'm going to say this. Like, I feel, this is not a fact, this is why I'm saying I feel like a lot of American citizens are sheep. I feel like we've gotten so, like, we're so, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? We've gotten used to short form of everything that our brains are, like, not thinking anymore past the first minute of someone giving information. We're like, it used to be like especially mainstream media, they're all bought and sold people. They're all bought and sold. They're all bought and sold. That's why you got to look at the independent journalists and independent media, because mainstream media is all about flavor text and headlines and stuff like that. It's not about the news anymore. That's why I don't really watch CNN, because I used to be big on CNN. And then I realized they're all anti-Republican, which is the same reason I don't watch Fox News, because they're all anti-Democrat. Like, that should not be, you should be reporting on everything. Now, you remember Fox News is kind of bad, because when the 7 soldiers were brought back in boxes from Iran, the president was wearing a hat. Fox News chose to show old footage back when the president was 2016, which also we were having a conflict and people were being brought back in boxes where he wasn't wearing a hat. So instead of, quote, making him look bad, they showed old footage and they got caught. And this has happened before. So I don't know if they had to pay anybody, but they made a public statement saying, oh, this was a mess up on our part. It wasn't a mess up. You did it on purpose, and you were hoping no one would notice. But, yeah, America's fucked right now. Not just because of what's going on, but like, how long would I say we've been? I think we've been fucked since Obama. When it started being about people were saying they didn't vote for him because he's black or he wasn't American. That was the biggest one. He's not even American. The man was born in Hawaii. But there was this big story about, this is where the xenophobia started, in my opinion. There was this huge story that he was born in Kenya. And that just wasn't true. And you still have people to this day believe that. And then you have people that think the 2020 election was stolen. You still have people that think that. Right. Or the Democrats cheated. Somehow they cheated. My question is, if Democrats cheated in 2020 to get the White House, why didn't they cheat again in 2024? CNN, Sky News, UK. Yeah, UK is good. I watch UK news. But I watch a lot of independent journals too, like Politico and stuff like that. But, yeah, so people will say that 2020 was stolen. My question for them is why wasn't it stolen again in 2024 if it worked so well in 2020, why wouldn't the same thing happen again in 2024? And no one wants to answer that question because it doesn't make any sense. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And remember I told you guys I was watching Candace Owens, but some of the stuff that she be saying is so odd, from my brain can't comprehend what she's saying. That's what I'm gonna say. But I do like the way that she is tenacious and won't let things go. I do like that. But some of the stuff that she focuses on, I think is a waste. But that's her decision to make. But like Candace Owens was a huge supporter of Donald Trump back in 2016. She's one of the reasons he got voted in. But even she can see that what's happening right now is not benefiting America. Coming from someone who campaigned on America first. So, but don't tell that to a MAGA Republican. Because then they just want to bite your head off. All right, I'm done talking about politics. I'm done. My thing is, I really hope the transphobia, homophobia, xenophobia, blatant bigotry and racism go back to the shadows where they belong. Because right now it's just all out in the open and people are ugly. I don't like what I'm seeing because people are ugly. People are ugly. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it all. I hate it. I think I want to put a shimmer right here. I need a smaller brush though. Oh, I've been talking for an hour. I'm not even done yet. See what happens? I've been talking. But I can't get past this whole Epstein thing though. I'll talk about that. That's not political. That's just plain up pedophilia, and everybody should be against that shit. That is just disgusting. And how no one in the government is saying we probably should do something about, well, there's some people saying it, but a majority of the people in power are saying, oh no, don't do that, because a lot of us are going to burn. Remember what I said about agendas, like self agendas and party agendas? That's a perfect example right there. Because the only reason why someone would not want to, or someone would block making public everything about a pedophile that was close to the government would be because they were involved. And this is pedophilia. This is one of the things that, like, there is no, black or white. There is no, well, no. Well, no, there's none of that. Supporting pedophilia makes you a bad person. And the fact that the American government is not wholeheartedly on board with exposing all the pedophilic actions and exposing people for being pedophiles or abusing children at one point or another, the fact that that's not something that everyone can agree on scares the hell out of me. And that's why I say I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican, because they're all filthy to me. All of them are tainted in some kind of way. All of them. They're all tainted. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. I have hopes. I have hopes for things, but I don't foresee anything changing in my lifetime, honestly. There has to be a huge transition, I don't know. There has to be a whole different, there has to be a change in mindset for the entire country. And I don't see that happening, because it's like subliminal. Yeah. And the UK is not perfect either. No country is perfect. But at least they're doing the right thing when it comes to something that's just so obviously bad. Okay? When it's something so obviously bad, yes, things should get done. But America's different. America, I don't even know what to say. I haven't been alive long enough to know a lot. But what I do know is that America should not be telling other countries how to do things the right way. Okay? We should not be looking at other people saying, you shouldn't do that. We should not be saying that. Because we got there's a lot of skeletons in America's closet, okay? Okay? Oh. All right, I'm going to put on lashes now. This is what the eye look is looking like. I think it's subtle, but pretty. Not too smoky. Daytime wearable, dare I say. I need my other, here they are. I'm using my lashes from Amazon. I bought another set because these are my favorite styles. So this is what it looks like from Amazon, if you want to take a screenshot of that. They are the Fiona's Cat Eye Lashes. So I bought a new pack because these are my favorite style. They're very light feeling, and I like the cat eye effect. So, okay, so let me try to get this off of here. Ugh. Let me try to get this off of here. Oh, and going back to my friend, why we were having an argument. She brought up the fact that I used to be in the military, and for some reason they thought that that would make me support what's going on. And I'm about to say an opinion, not a fact, but I don't think most people join the military because they want to go to war and die, or have Oh, man, you got to start wearing them. You got to start wearing. I love lashes. Like, I have lashes, but they grow straight down. So it's a bitch to like curl them and get them to stay curled. Because a lash can change a whole look. It can change your whole eye structure. You think you have shit eyeshadow on or something, and you put a lash on, it's like, oh my god, you try so hard. When all you did was put a lash on. Anyway, they brought up the fact that I was in the military, and apparently that because of that, I should know how it goes. But like I was saying, I don't believe that the average person that joins the military is joining because they are so high on patriotism. I don't believe that at all. I think it's a means to an end. You get paid a lot of money when you're in the military. You get free health care, free dental. You get a place to stay. Depending on what branch you're in and what you're qualified for, because you have to take the ASVAB. So if you're qualified for everything, you can have some cushy jobs in the military. So I don't think people who join the military solely do it because they're like, oh, I am willing to do whatever it takes, or whatever this person above me tells me to do. That's what they want, which is partial of the reason why I got out, because some of the stuff that goes on when you're enlisted, let's just say, I'm just going to say, you sign a contract, and in that contract, you leave all the decision making to someone else, and I don't like that. So unless you are the person who making decisions, which it takes a long road to get there, you start from the bottom. So unless you're part of the decision making process, and I was in the Coast Guard, so unless you're part of the decision making process, you will do what you are told. That's what's in that contract. And I am a thinker. I'm a thinker. And I ask questions. And that's probably not what's best. Oh, you perm your lashes. I've never thought about that. I've never thought about that. But like I was saying, I don't believe everybody in the military goes in there and says, I agree with everything that is coming down the pipeline. You're forced to, because you signed that contract. And if you don't, there are consequences. And in some situations, if you ask questions, you put other people in danger. But in some situations as well, maybe you wouldn't be in that danger in the first place if it wasn't for the people making the decisions. So that's another reason why I got out, because I can't blindly follow. I can't blindly follow, especially when it's something that I wholeheartedly am against, which that's why I'm happy that I'm not in the military right now. Like I said, the money is real good, but if I'm honest with myself, I would not be able to function with what is going on right now. So, but yeah, they brought that up, and I'm just like, okay. I'm the wrong person to talk about the military to. The wrong person. Because I think if America had more education, had more money involved in their education, and made it a universal thing where it wouldn't matter where you stayed, your education would be good. I don't think our military would be as would be as heavily relied upon, because there'd be no bodies in there, you know. And they've made a lot of changes to the military. Like they canceled their contracts with a couple of universities, because you can, while you're enlisted, you can go to school for free. They made made a lot of changes because the government didn't agree with the quote wokeness of these renowned institutions like Harvard. So they're yeah, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. But and I have a thought as to why they would do that, but it's very cynical and I rather not share it cuz I might make someone feel some type of way. But yeah, looking back on my life, I'm happy I've made the decisions I've made. I might have changed one of them, but that change would not be to stay in the military, knowing what I know now. Because I'm just not a, it wasn't a good fit. Let's just say that. It wasn't a good fit. Okay. So I'm doing lashes. I always say this is the most boring part of this entire look because it'll always be taking me a minute to do these lashes. And it's always this eye that gives me the most issues because I need to make it look bigger. Put a little bit more glue right there. I'm going to use an e.l.f. primer today. I'm not sure what foundation I want to use. I'm not sure. I kind of want to be bronzy because I'm feeling very pale. I mean, I am very pale. I am very pale. There is no sun. And I don't go tanning anymore because I'm terrified of skin cancer these days. But, I am very pale. So I think I'm going to go a little deeper with my bronzer today. Okay, hold on. I've been talking so much. We're already an hour in. This is going to be a long live, you guys. I am so sorry. But I be talking too much. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more glue on my inner corner. I'm talking too much. Talking. I would like to think I'm talking about stuff that matters, but that's very subjective, so. Try not to get this glue in my eye. Oh, man. Oh, this is not good. Okay. We're just gonna leave it. Like some of the lashes on my actual lashes rather than the skin above my lashes, which is not a good thing when it comes to taking it off. But we'll see how it goes. And it also has not made my eye look bigger. But I can't be bothered right now. Okay, going in with the other lash, and I'm having a hot flash. I wasn't drinking a lot of coffee while we were on vacation, so my hot flashes weren't as bad, but now that I'm back home drinking my coffee, oh, they bad again. They are bad. It is such an ugly day outside. It's so ugly. I wish spring would just come and stay, because this whole teasing shit is really annoying. All right, going in with the next lash. Oh, my eye's watering. Oh my god. Okay. What do we think about this look, you guys? I really wish this lash was up more. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm not sure what I'm gonna... Oh, my name is Connie. Connie. My name is Connie. My government name is Constance, but I go by Connie. Okay. See, this is already looking better than this one. I think I might have to take that. I don't know. Oh my god. My face is so asymmetrical. It's really annoying. Already this eye looks better than this eye. And I haven't even finished putting the lash on. Amy, girl, it's so frustrating. And I don't remember. I didn't start wearing makeup until my 20s, so I don't even remember if my face has always been this asymmetrical. I can't recall. Maybe I need to start looking at old pictures, because damn, it is very asymmetrical right now in my life. Very asymmetrical. I mean, everyone's face is asymmetrical, but mine... Like, if I was to take a mold of my face, I think it would, like a mold of half my face, it would look like two different people. That's how asymmetrical I am. This is really frustrating. Okay. So I think what happened was I put this too far on the outer part of my eye and not enough on my actual lid. Oh well. Here we are. Oh. Well, I look at my face okay. So you're right. He's right. Not many people don't notice it, like, on the everyday. But if you do makeup on yourself or on other people, noticing facial differences is kind of part of the job, because the goal is to make everything look symmetrical, because that's what appears more beautiful. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a subliminal messaging through my entire life that's telling me I look less attractive when I don't match, or if it's a fact. So But when I do my makeup all the time, and I look at my face all the time, and when I'm doing my skincare, and you know, I notice it, and it's frustrating. But we're gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Maybe put a little bit more sparkle in the center of my eye. Just a little bit more. And I thought about doing a liner. I don't think I'm going to do a liner, because then that just might make the difference look bigger. And that's not what I'm trying to do. But overall, I think this is a nice look. I really want to take this lash off, you guys. I wonder if I can just do it. I wonder if it's going to let me. Oh, it did just come off. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm just going to redo this lash just real quick. An hour and 16 minutes in, and I haven't even started on my face. I'm sorry, I can't leave it. If I can fix it, I'm going to fix it. Get all this glue off of this lash. We're going to try this mug again. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's do it again. What did I do with my glue? Here it is. Let's just do it again. Let's just do it again and make it better. Make it better. Okay, so put the glue on the lash. Ooh, that was a lot of glue in the inner corner. That was a lot of glue. Okay, like that. And then put glue on the lid. I'm gonna put it up a little higher. Oh, that might have been too much on the inner corner. That's okay. My hands shake. All right, so put the lid back on that. Get the lash. Get it bendy. Blow. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for lips today. This is really bothering me too. Hold on. There we go. Should I do a cool tone lip? Or should I do brown? My gut is telling me I need to do like a Cool Spice brown. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay, that's looking better. All right, let's start pressing it together. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Yeah, I think it was just because I put it too far outside of my lid. Ooh, that looks so much better. I put way too much glue, so it's kind of bleeding, but let's put it down there. I'll just have to clean up the eyeshadow a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, do we see the difference? Do you see how they look more symmetrical now? More symmetrical. I like. Okay. And then just touch up the eyeshadow, and then I can move on to the face. I'm just going to put a little bit of purple right here. It's mainly just the shimmer that got messed up. Cute or whatever. Ouch. Cute or whatever. Okay. So that is the eyeshadow. And after I do my face, I might deepen up the bottom lash line, but just wait on that for now. Pardon me. What is this? I don't know. Okay, it's over here. Okay, let's see. I am going to use what foundation? Because that matters. Do I want to be matte or do I want to be dewy? I think I want to be dewy. So this is not, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to use a matte, what is this called? Matte primer. And a, where's this at? Where is it at? Maybe I don't want to use this one. I don't want to use this one today. I'm going to use the rest of this. I'm going to use, this is still a matte primer. I'm going to use a matte primer. I'm going to put the cap back on my glue. I'm going to use a matte primer and a dewy foundation. So the foundation, frustrating. The foundation I'm going to use is the CoverGirl foundation. Now, if you've been watching my lives, you know I've used this, I think 3 times. So the first time I used a dewy foundation or a dewy primer, and it looked terrible. It looked terrible. Like it was Texture City. And then the second time I used it, I went without a primer, and it was a little less texture, but not as smooth as I like it. So then the third time, I went in with a mattifying primer, which is this one right here. This is from Unearthly Cosmetics. So I used this. This is called the Satin Sorcery Primer. And then I put this on top, and it looked great. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, I don't know why I'm shaking this up. It's airtight. I'm almost out of it though, which is why I bought that e.l.f. Putty Primer, because I think it will be a good substitute. So I do have dry textured skin. A majority of my texture is right here in the beard area. I don't even know if you can see it, but you see these little red areas right here? That's like, it's like red and a little bumpy. So I try to smooth it out. And then put some on my nose. I haven't been able to use my, what's that called? My one size oil sucker primer lately because my skin has just been too dry. So, but then you might be like, well, why are you using a mattifying primer? Well, because it makes the foundation look good. And for some reason, my skin doesn't mind this primer, even though it is mattifying. And it does feel silicone based too. And you might also be like, well, this is like a water-based foundation. I know. I don't know why it works, because it shouldn't, but it definitely does. So I'm just going to continue to use it. And I am going to do underpainting still, because you guys know I like that. I do want to try powder foundation, because I watched this guy here on YouTube. His name is Tiago, and all he uses is powder foundation, and it's gonna be looking good. And he's a man. Like, he's not like a man transitioning to be a woman or anything. Like, he's a man in makeup, and so that means he's got the facial hair and everything. So, and it still looks really good on his jawline and stuff. So I'm like, if he can make it look good, I can make it look good. So that's what I'm going to try. That's something new I'm going to try at a later date. All right, so I'm going in with, do I want to do this? Yes, I do. I feel like I need some chapstick. Lips are so dry. I'm just dry in general. Okay. Going in with the SheGlam stick. So instead of like turning my head like I used to do, I'm just, pardon me, going in full, like, straight ahead. And doing what I got to do to carve out this face. Oh, did I tell you guys, that I have decided I need to lose weight? I don't remember if I did, but I've decided I need to lose weight because I am the heaviest I have ever been, and I'm uncomfortable in my body. And I am only 40, so, like, I would like to think I have another 40 years to live, and I'd rather not do that, you know, with health concerns or just not feeling my best. So I've decided I need to lose weight. But one of the biggest proponents of why I made that decision was because my kid calls me fat. Now, she didn't mean it, because she doesn't know what it means. But I kept telling her, because she always asked why I use 2 pillows, and I would say it's because I have a fat head. So, so she wanted me to come lay down, and I said I need 2 pillows. She said, yeah, because you're fat. And then I was just like, oh. yes, child, I am fat. So, that's where I'm like, I need to lose some weight. So my biggest thing right now with my weight is eating, and not working out. I hate working out. I think I've said this before. Like, literally, for most of my 20s, all I did was work out, and I hated it. But I needed to do it in order to keep my job, because that's when I was in the military. But these days, the only reason you're going to see me running is if someone is chasing my ass, you know? But I need to get out of that mindset because, you know, movement is important. Movement is important. And I had, like, another thing that kind of brought this, like, all to a head is, like, my husband bought me some shoes, some gym shoes. And we bought them in the morning. Like, I tried them on. I bought them in the morning. And then when it came time to put them on, it just so happened to be in the afternoon when we were going out. And the shoes didn't fit. And you want to know why they didn't fit? It's because my feet have swole up. My feet had swole up so bad that my new shoes that I just bought didn't fit. And I'm like, oh, no. We can't go through the rest of my life like this. No. Now, I'm not a heel wearer. I used to be. When I was younger, all I wore was heels. But, like, these days I'm a lot more practical, so I don't really wear heels. But in the event maybe I want to, like, I don't, my feet have to fit in them. And the more I lose weight, the less my feet will spread and swell because they have a lot of weight they have to carry, which is why they spread so much. So, my goal is to go walking, but I have to buy shoes first. So I have these boots that I used to wear to work that are really comfortable. Like, so for some reason, I think it's because they're made of more like sturdy material. They're able to contain my hooves. So I think maybe I'll wear those, but I need to walk. I need to just put on some music and get my ass outside. But it's so cold. It's so cold. So that's another reason I need spring to get here. Because I'm not trying to have like the quote summer body or whatever. I'm just trying to be healthier. Hold on, I missed what you said. My husband took a picture of me from below and I swore my chin was eating my face. I got that too, look. I was telling my husband, I was like, I feel like Jabba the Hutt. Because when I was in the military, like, I was snatched when I was in the military. But like I said, you have to stay in physical shape in order to keep your job. So I just got to get back in that mindset. But I also another like I know I've been talking about the military a lot this video, but that was one of the formative years, like some of the formative years of my life. Like I learned a lot about the world and about myself. And not all of them were positive. Okay? Not all of my experiences were positive. So I know, like, when I was smaller, all I did was think about food. Like, when I tell you I had a schedule on when I could eat, that's how deep it was. And I'm like, I don't want to get back in that mindset. So I'm trying to like think of ways to like accomplish the same goal, but not by doing it the same way I've done it in the past. Because I had to lose weight to get into the military, but I was poor then, so I didn't have any money to eat anyway. And then I had to maintain weight to stay in the military, which is a little easier because everything is free. Like you have your workout places and stuff like that. That if you're on land, you tend to have memberships to the local gym, and if you're on a ship, there's a gym on the ship. So it was a little easier. But I also worked with food while I was in the military. I was a cook. So it was hard. It was like hard and easy and hard. I don't know. But so I learned a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of things about myself. Not all of it was positive. But the positive thing is when I put my mind to something, I will motherfucking make it happen. Okay? I know that. When I want something to happen for me, I will do everything in my power to get it. And so I just need to get back into that mindset of willpower, because that's what it is right there. I don't have any willpower. There's nothing wrong with me besides that I'm heavy. Like, I literally don't have any physical ailments. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. I don't have anything weight related wrong with me. But I don't want to get to the point where I do in order to motivate myself to lose weight, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to get my ass out there and walk. And I might take you guys with me too. Just walk down the street because we got a corner store. You got a corner store down the street. So maybe I'll just start walking to the corner store. But I need to take it seriously. That's what I need to do. Because it's starting with my feet being swollen, and then it's just going to progress from there. It's just going to progress from there. And I do have issues with my knees. It's genetic. I was born that way, where my knees like turn in. So, having excess amount of weight on my knees is bad too. So, I have a lot of reasons to lose some weight. So, my goal is to try to incorporate as many salads as possible because they'll keep me full. So what I realized about myself, and this is one of the things I realized early on when I was younger, I'm not addicted to food per se. I am addicted to the feeling that food provides when you're full, like that full feeling. So I like good tasting food and stuff like that, but I also like Panda Express, which is not that's not like the cuisine or anything. So, oh, I forgot to color correct. I'll do that now. So I have to remind myself, like, you can get that full feeling. You can get that full feeling from a salad. It's just not going to last as long. But if you eat a lot of salad, you're also not going to get as many calories from the salad as you would from like Panda Express, which is my Achilles heel. I don't know what it is they be putting in that food though, but it's MSG. It must be MSG. But that I'd be craving it. And we have a Chinese food down the street. I don't crave that. I crave Panda Express. I'm being real vulnerable right here. I crave Panda. And I only had it once last week, and that was yesterday. So this week I'm going to strive not to have it at all. But yeah, I'm addicted to that full feeling. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to what I'm saying. But and I can make the excuse, I have a kid and stuff like that. That's not really a viable excuse for me because I have a very capable and helpful husband. So it's not like I'm doing it by myself like some people have to. Like, if I'm going to be real, my husband spends more time with my kid than I do because she tends to want to be around him more than she wants to be around me. Because when she was younger, I worked so much that pretty much like from the time she was born, and then I stayed home with her for what was it, 8 weeks, and then I broke my wrist. So it was another 4 weeks after that. But after those 12 weeks, she was his daughter because he has the option to work from home and I didn't. So she grew up with having her daddy always there. So that is why she's so used to, being around him. So it's not like I have that, excuse that, oh, my kid. Like, I don't have that excuse because my kid is not always around me. So, but I think I'm going to be able to do it, especially when it gets warmer. I think I'm going to be able to do it because I have motivation, I have motivation. It's just I'd rather be doing other things, but then I just have to remind myself, like, if you want something to happen, you have to put the work in. So, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But I'm going to start small, and the small part is eating a shit ton of salad and getting used to it. Because I am a carb fanatic. Okay? But once again, it's because I like that full feeling that carbs give you. Not the actual, like, food I'm putting in my body. Okay, so I haven't been telling you anything I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm highlighting with LA Girl Pro Conceal in white. And you might be like, bitch, that is really bright. But I haven't put on foundation yet, so it's going to even out. Ooh. But I keep it tight to my nose because I want to form this like little triangle right here. And I actually brought it up too high because I don't want to cover my eyeshadow, which is what I just did, but I'll fix it later. But I don't really have a lot of discoloration in this area of my face. It's mainly around my jaw, so I don't have to put a lot of product here. So I don't. And the less product I put under my eye, the less chance it is to get all creasy and crepey. So I'm going to put a little bit more, or a little bit right here. And do the same thing on this eye. Oh my god, this is going to be like a 2.5 hour video. I am so sorry. What time is it? I don't have to get lady today, so but I do have to do homework with her today. And I haven't really had lunch, so I need to go get that before she comes home. Or I'll get hangry. That's one thing Lady and I have in common. We are very stubborn, and we get hangry very easily. Granted, she's 7 and I'm 40, so you would think that I'd be able to control myself a little more, but when I'm hungry, bitch, it don't matter. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. You ask my husband. He says he'll probably, like, if I ask him, when am I the most annoying? And it'll probably be when I'm hungry. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to put this on the back of my hand and highlight my nose next. Go like this. Go like this, go like this. And then just use my finger to blend that in, since the brush would be too big. And just try to make my nose look small. Try to make my nose look small. What else has been happening? Oh, right. So you guys know I wear wigs. If you don't know, now you know. I wear wigs. I wear wigs because I do not want to change my natural hair, because I have very, is the word whimsical? I'm very whimsical with my hair. I will want to be a blonde one day, and then I will want to have long black hair another day. Or maybe one day I want pink hair. Or when the summer, or when the seasons change, maybe I want cherry red. So if I tried to do that with my natural hair, number one, I wouldn't be able to. It would just fall out because I want to change my hair too much. But then number two, it'd be so expensive and the maintenance would be a bitch. Especially when you have blonde hair, because it can get brassy. So I wear wigs. And I find that after the initial cost of the hair, they last a pretty long time. So I've been on the lookout. I've been wanting to be blonde. So you guys know I have my blonde wig that I'd be wearing. So I've been wanting to be blonde, but I want like long blonde hair now. Like I don't want my little short bob anymore. I want tresses, okay? So finding quality blonde hair is kind of difficult. So I was looking at the, I could just go with the people that I got the, I'm using the CoverGirl foundation now. I could just go with the people that I got the company that I got my hair for my short blonde wig for, but they were expensive. They were expensive. I'm not even gonna lie. I got it from her hair company. The hair is so good though, but it was so expensive. You guys know I'm not working right now, so I got the hair when it was on sale, and I got it in 14 inches, so it wasn't like too long, but I'm talking about I want some 24-inch blonde hair. I want some 24-inch blonde hair. So, and the longer the bundles are, the less hair you get in the bundles, which don't ask me why it's like that, but that's just what it is. This might be too pale for what I'm going for, but we're here now. I'll just have to add a lot of powder bronzer. So instead of getting the 3 bundles that it usually takes to make a wig for me, it's going to take like 4 or 5 bundles because I want the hair so long. So I've been shopping around. I haven't purchased anything yet. But what I find, and this is really fucking annoying, is that TikTok is taking over the world. Let me explain. So it used to be that when you want to give a review on something, whether it's sponsored or not, you would go on YouTube, okay? And whether like you would, I prefer long form content because you can give, oh, yeah, wigs aren't for everybody, but I find them very convenient. What was I going to say? Yeah, so, people will go on YouTube. Now, I prefer long form content because I think you can disseminate more information in long form content. I personally feel short form content is made to inspire FOMO in people, which is why it's so successful at why it's a successful strategy. Like commercials are like FOMO. Like they're highlighting this like product and they're only showing you the best part of the product. They're not showing you the after effects or anything. Same thing with hair. So it used to be you'd have, I have to sneeze again. Pardon me. So it used to be you would have people, like regular people on YouTube, talking about bundles they bought from these different companies. And a lot of them wouldn't be sponsored, but then the hair industry kind of like blew up. And like back when I would say like 2014 forward, the hair industry blew up. And everything that the stars were wearing, like lace fronts and HD lace and stuff like that, and pre-made wigs that actually look good, everything the celebrities were wearing became accessible to the everyday person. So the hair industry fucking blew up. So now the goal is to sustain that amount of revenue, because you got people hooked and people want new stuff, want more stuff, want different colors, different patterns. So now they have this thing called the Lagos hair line, and bigger closures like 9x6 closures, full lace wigs, just a whole bunch of stuff. Where was I going with that? All right, so now advertisers, instead of depending on, oh, and the prices went up obviously too, because the demand went up. So instead of just having normal people, depending on normal people to talk about their product, they pay people to talk about their product. And of course it goes, I mean, maybe this is not a fact, but I'm going to say that when you're paid, a company pays you to talk about something, the likelihood of them wanting to pay you again if you talk about their product negatively is slim. So without saying only say good stuff, companies are kind of saying only say good stuff if you want to work with us. So I don't, and then the shorter the advertisement, I was looking for this. The shorter the advertisement, the better chance that someone is going to buy the hair because they're only watching someone install the hair or like style it for the first time. But no one is asking, how does this hair wear, like they did back in the day. Like when I was getting into hair, people were asking, how does it wear? Is it better for quick weave or is it good for a sew-in? How does it color? Woo, woo, woo. You know, no one's asking that nowadays. And it's all on TikTok because YouTube is like, doesn't want to pay people basically. But people on TikTok, it's like minimal effort with maximum outcome. So this is looking real good. I like this. So a majority of the people, a majority of the hair companies are partnering with TikTokers. So when I go to look up stuff on YouTube, I can't find anything for like the last 5 years. But you go on TikTok, you see stuff from a couple of days ago. But it's only these like 30-second to a minute long videos where the person's not really telling you shit. They're just saying, I got this hair, look how good it looks, go buy it. Like that's not what I'm looking for. I need to know specifics, because if you're going to charge me $600 for 4 bundles of hair and it turns out to be shit and there's no returns, bitch, come on now. Come on now. So part of me wants to stay with my tried and true. Part of me wants to stay with my tried and true, but then part of me is all like, maybe you want to branch out and see if you can get a better deal somewhere else, but there's no reviews. There's no reviews. Okay, what do I want to do now? I think I'm going to put some contour right here. I think I'm gonna cream contour my nose a little bit more because I covered it up too much with the foundation. That foundation, even though it's kind of like coverage, if we use too much of it, it can be pigmented. And I think I used too much of it, honestly, because I was just talking. Anyway, I'm in the mood for some long-ass blonde hair. That is what I am in the mood for right now. Be able to pull, yeah. So we will see. I might just bite the bullet and buy from the company I bought from before, just because I know their hair is good. So we'll see. Okay, I am going to powder now. Do I want to use pink powder? Yeah, let's just use pink powder. Okay, so I'm going in with the Strawberry Shortcake Glam Light powder. So this is pink, but you have to use a lot of it in order for it to actually appear pink on your skin. But what I find is that it helps neutralize my skin because I am naturally yellow toned, even though the foundation I just used is very neutral. But I think it will add a little bit more brightness than just the translucent powder. All right, so I have a powder puff. Would you say maybe you can do... Oh yeah, I will. I still haven't done a review on this hair that I'm wearing or my blonde wig, and I've been wearing that for months. That's because I'd be forgetting. I'll do like a mini review of this hair after I'm done with my makeup, because I just showed you guys some hair that I got from Love Me Hair, but I don't know if it's good because I just bought it. So I'll get an update on this. But after I'm done with my makeup, well, I could just tell you now. This foundation looks good. Okay, so this hair that I'm wearing in my head right now is from Amazon, but it's from a company called Trippy Hair. So they have the Amazon storefront, but they also have they're also on TikTok, and they also have a website. And I got 4 bundles of 22 inches, and it is Brazilian hair. And I did do a burn test on it. I posted that on my YouTube shorts. So it is human hair because the hair burned and did not melt. So it is real human hair. It's got, what do I call this? It's got a low luster to it, so, which is fine to me, because natural hair, unless you have oil in it, it's not going to look like, shiny like Barbie hair. I don't like that shiny look like Barbie hair. So it does have a low luster. The manageability is great. I don't know if it dyes though. I have not tried to bleach it. So I cannot say that it bleaches well. So I cannot say that it bleaches well, but so far, and it's on a wig too, so it's really different. Hair, you can go cheaper with your hair if you're putting it on a wig than if you are sewing it in, because when it's sewn in, you're exposing the hair to every hair product that you put on your natural hair. You're sleeping in it, you're washing it with whatever shampoo you wash your natural hair with. It's just a whole different ball game when you're sewing stuff in. I prefer wigs because, like I said, I like to change my hair up a lot. So this hair is good on a wig. I take this wig off every night. I don't sleep in my wigs. If I do, it's usually only for like a one night because maybe I was just too lazy to take it off. So I cannot honestly say if this hair is good for sewing. I can't say that. The closure is from Bios Hair, so that's a different company. So the hair itself, what I say? The hair itself is from Trippy Hair, and the closure is from, I think this closure is from Bios Hair. I'm gonna be real with you. Maybe it's not, because I looked on my, because this wig, I've had this wig for like 3 months, so I can't remember. I know it's from Trippy Hair, but I can't remember where the closure is from, because I usually get my closures from Bios Hair, and they have HD closures, but this one doesn't blend as well as like a regular Bios Hair closure does. So I looked on my Amazon orders, and I saw that I had ordered a Trippy Hair closure, a 6x6 Trippy Hair closure, and I think that's what this is, because this is not blend. This is not HD. So you guys have seen my my blonde hair. That's HD lace. That's from Bios Hair. And all I have to do is pop that wig on and, glue down, or not glue down, but gel down the sideburn and walk out the door. This one, I have to put makeup on the lace. So that makes me think that this is a Trippy Hair closure and not a Bios Hair closure. But honestly, I can't remember what I put on this wig. But I don't like the closure. It is very clockable. And it's more of like a light brown. And it's definitely not HD. So I'm going to stick with that. It's a Trippy Hair closure. So I don't like Trippy Hair closures, because they're not HD and they don't blend well. But Bios Hair closures, those are good. I do like Bios Hair closures. So the hair itself is nice. Just the lace on the closure is not the best. Like, I can make it work, but I like not having to make things work. I like them just working. Okay. I said I wanted dewy skin today, and I'm powdering up. Either way, whatever, we're here now. Okay, I'm gonna go in with, I want a radiant bronzer. I want to be bronze because I'm looking real dull right now. What do I want to use though? I got this. This is old. I got this last summer when I was tan. So I think this will look orange on me now. But I really like this gold. This is from Natasha Denona, by the way. It's the bronze and, pardon me, the tan, bronze, and glow palette. So I think I want to use that sparkle today, but I think this might be too warm today. So I thought I had, girl, I got so much makeup. I only have one face, but I have all this fucking makeup. Let's see. Do I want, I think these are the same things. Yes, they are. Hold on. Hold up, baby, hold up. I thought I had another color bronzer, but I guess I only have my Hourglass ones. Okay, so I thought, what is this one? Oh, this is Sephora. Okay, I have a Sephora Micro Smooth bronzer. Let's use that today. Come on. So this is what that looks like. We're going to use that bronzer right there. That's another reason I don't buy so much makeup, because I just started using my makeup like religiously. I wouldn't even say religiously, consistently. And it's just been sitting here. Now, luckily, powders don't go bad as quickly as creams and stuff do, but still, wearing like powders that are like 5 years old or something, that's probably not good for your skin. See, I don't know if you can see that, but you see that line of demarcation? That is so frustrating, because on my blonde wig, I don't have that. So that's another reason why I think this is a trippy hair closure rather than a Bios hair closure. But it's cute or whatever. It's cute or whatever. It's cute or whatever. I was thinking of taking the closure out of this and putting in a Bios hair closure, but I don't want to put in the work, so I'm not doing that. Because once I make a wig, I kind of like just wear it. I don't change it much. If I want a different look, I'll just make a whole nother wig, which is really wasteful if I'm being honest with myself. Because I could totally put highlights in here and, you know, do fun colors and stuff like that, but that would take work. And it's easier just to sew hair onto a cap that's already colored than bleach dark hair. So that's just me being lazy. But I gotta remind myself, I'm poor these days. I'm poor. So I gotta do things that I normally in the past would take for granted and just bypass. But liquid products the other day, I hung onto the concealer for the longest time ever. Hold on. Longest time, even though it was breaking me out. Oh no! Is it because they don't sell it anymore? Because if it's because it's discontinued, I 100% understand that. Because if you fall in love with a product and then the company discontinues it and you don't have something comparable to it, oh, it's devastating. I swear these companies do it on purpose. Like they get you like hooked on something and then they just like snatch it away and try to like replace it with something that is less than. Which is fucking frustrating. Okay. So I am bronzy. I kind of want to be more bronzy, but let's see. Let me add a little bit more. I haven't even put blush on. What is the blush gonna do? What blush do I want to wear? Oh, I got a powder contour my nose. That's what I'm missing too. Oh, you think you just like the packaging? Oh, you got to throw that out. Or just keep it for nostalgic purposes, but don't use it. And it's concealer, so you're putting it near your eye and stuff. Ooh, no. I do not support you in this. I do not support you. That could lead to like an eye infection. Okay, let's see. I'm going to contour my nose. That was a little dark. Get some more of this off. Get some more of this off. Oh, another thing we did while we were away was Jeff and I played Magic. And that was really nice because a lot of times when we're at home, because our games are not quick, because we make, playable, sometimes high-powered decks. So it was nice not having to, stop and worry about what our kid was doing and stuff like that. So I look forward to... He said we can play again tonight. My favorite foundation ever was the Bourjois. Oh, Bourjois. Oh, wait. That sounds familiar. I think I saw that. Is it Borgheis, or is it the way you spelt it? Because I know they have something like that on something called Bourjois on the TJ Maxx US site. I know I've seen a brand called Bourjois before, but I don't think it was spelt that way. So is that the way it's spelt, or is that just, are you just spelling it that way? Going in with some white eyeshadow to highlight my nose. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been sitting here for 2 hours. Oh my God. Thank you for sticking with me, because this is taking forever. Oh, it's French. Okay, yeah, we don't have stuff like that in the States. Ooh, it must be real good then, because France's got good makeup. Like a lot of stuff that is sold by American companies is like manufactured in France and Italy and stuff like that. So it must be real good. It must be real good. All right, I'm still taking that white eyeshadow and brightening right here. I said I was going to be dewy today. I lied. I lied. This is not dewy. I lied. I know this looks really stark right now. I'm going to blend it out later. Okay, put some white eyeshadow right here. And some white eyeshadow right here. And bronze up a little bit more. Looking cute, looking cute. Okay, what do I want to do for blush? I am kind of leaning toward... Let me see what I have. I have a lot of... For someone who's not a blush wearer, I have a lot of blush. I think I want to wear... I just saw it. Ugh, I have so much shit over here. Hold on. Can't reach my makeup. Okay. I want it purple. I do know that. I just saw it. I literally just saw it. Here it is. This Black Radiance blush. This is in the shade Brick House. Yeah, I can understand that. Let me think. I don't know if I have a piece of makeup or like a company that is just so nostalgic. I'm not... This is going to sound real bad, but I'm not a nostalgic or like... Yeah, I'm not a nostalgic person. Like, I'm not someone that takes a lot of pictures and stuff like that. That's on my husband. My husband be taking pictures of everybody and stuff like that. I'm not a nostalgic person. I don't feel connections like that. Maybe that's indicative of something being wrong with me. I mean, I know I have I'm neurodivergent, but I don't know. Okay, I'm going in. Maybe I should use a clean brush for this. Let me see if I can spray this off right quick. This blush brush that I have, it's got a peach blush on it. I want peach. Don't want peach. Another thing I'm guilty of is buying, instead of washing my brushes, I'll just buy more. I'm terrible. I haven't done that in a while though, but that's because I have so many brushes now that I have like duplicates of all my face brushes. So technically I should never run out of a brush because I have duplicates. Like this brush right here, this is from Sigma. This is a Sigma E25. I have 5 of these. This foundation brush right here that I have, this is from Jessup. I have about 4 of these. Same thing with my concealer brush. So, and this brush right here, this is from Ulta. This is my only one of this, but I have similar things, as you can see, from different companies. So, yeah, I'm guilty of that. I'm just like, when I talk about it, when I like speak about, this is not very pigmented, by the way. I'm really having a dig in here. When I talk about things, when I'm just, you know, talking, I realize how wasteful I am. I mean, I know I'm wasteful, but like actually saying it and hearing myself say it, like, I'm wasteful. And that is not a good quality to have, especially when you pout. Especially when you don't got a job. That is a terrible, terrible thing to be, is wasteful. Oh, speaking of this job thing, you guys, I haven't lost hope yet, but I got a couple more jobs I gotta apply to today after I'm done. Yes, I do. I have a Cinema Secret. So I have I had originally bought this size, but I liked it so much that I bought the big container too. So now I just refill this. But yeah, this is the Cinema Secrets. And I use that to, if I have like super pigmented, if I used a brush for something that was super pigmented, I use that. So like the, for example, this brush had, I used it on Friday for my Strawberry Fields look, and it was that pink from that palette, or I should say the red that turned out to be pink, was very pigmented. So I used the Cinema Secrets on it because I do have a Sigma switch, but it was not doing the job because that eyeshadow was so pigmented. Oh, something's scratching me. That eyeshadow was so pigmented, so I had to use the Cinema Secrets. I'm gonna put some on my nose too. I'm almost done. I've been on here for almost 2.5 hours. Like I don't have a life, which I don't. I don't have a life, but I got shit I got to do. eBay stopped shipping that product to Germany after Brexit, and it's so expensive on another site. Oh, that sucks. See? That sucks. So what do you use now? Or do you just wash your brushes with soap and water? Because I feel bad for you if you have to do that every time you use it. That sucks. Alright, going in with my white eyeshadow. Just cleaning this up a little bit. Alright, and then I'm going to put on a face powder. Right at though. Here it is. I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Glowish. This is one of the things that got discontinued. This is my favorite face powder, okay? It's so blurring It's so lightweight. It's lightly pigmented, so I don't use it as like a foundation powder, but it's a great finishing powder, and it evens out your skin tone. So when she, stuff from drugstore, it isn't good, but it's acceptable, yeah. So when she said she was discontinuing this bitch, I got this, I got a backup of this, and I got my summer shade. I got 2 of those. So that's what I'm talking about. These companies, they come out with a bomb product and then they discontinue it. I don't think she even has Glowish anymore. Because that was when Huda wasn't running her company. So I don't even think she has Glowish anymore. But this too. I bought this too back in the day. This is empty, but I still have another tube of this eye contour. This is also from Huda Beauty when she was doing skincare. This was the Bakachuli peptide. She discontinued that. So I still have an unopened tube of that that I have not used. So yeah, these companies, I don't know why they do that, because the Glowish line was real good. I don't know why she stopped it, because it seems like she was shooting herself in the foot with that decision, but I got my hands on it. I got my hands on it. So I'm not missing it because I got it, but I know a whole bunch of people were upset when she discontinued it, because this face powder is bomb. It is bomb. Alright, so I'm just using this too. Oh, who is this? Someone is texting me. My husband is chastising me for not bargain hunting for magic cards. Okay, so let me tell you the story. So we used to be, I've talked about magic before. So we used to be hardcore TCG player magic card buyers. So we would get our all our cards from TCG Player. And now Jeff is talking about Mana Pool. So he was telling me, so over the weekend, I asked if I could buy some magic cards. He said yes. He said, make sure you check prices. So I did. And so I did. And he told me to go on Mana Pool to make sure that I was getting the best price. And I did. Okay? Did I do that for all the cards? No, because I bought like 30 cards. Maybe a little less than that. Maybe like 20 cards. But it would have taken me hours upon hours to double check every, to go back and forth with every price thing. That's what he's telling me I should have done. And this is why I need a job. Because in the past, I would just be using my own money. But since I'm using someone else's money, I gotta play by their rules. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, he's telling me do better. But yeah, I need a job. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm gonna be applying for some jobs after I'm done with this look, because a couple got posted on the website I check. So hopefully I applied for like this inspector position. I really hope I get that one, because that's very similar to what I used to do in corrections, which is basically read policy and apply it to situations, and file maintenance and stuff like that. So I really hope I get that one. So I just applied for that on the 11th. So at least I hope I get an interview at least. Because I haven't had an interview in 3 months. And that is the disheartening part. Because a lot of these things that I'm applying for, I am overqualified for. And I'm not even getting an interview. That makes me feel bad. So I'm going in right here. This is the shade Thrill I'm using right now on my inner corner. Well, that's cute. Oh, I like it that. I like it that. Yeah, so it's kind of disheartening when I can't even get a secretary gig, you guys. And I'm overqualified for a secretary gig, but I need a job. Now, I should say, I need a job with insurance. Okay? Because not all secretary gigs, I'm applying mainly with state jobs, because with a state job, you get health insurance. Not every secretary gig will give you health insurance. So I'm applying specifically to jobs that are going to hook me up with health insurance for the family, not just for me. Because I was in the military, so technically I can go to the VA, but my family cannot. So yeah. What do I want to use for lips? I feel like I want to do. Kind of want to use. The face is looking so good. I feel so cute right now. Let me spray this down. So I'm going to be wearing this for a minute. This is the one size Until Dawn. I need more of this because I am running out. So I'm going to use that, and then when this... Oh, it's intense. And then when that settles, I'm going to go in with this Dewy Set by ABH. Okay, I want to use this shade right here. This is Danessa, or do I want, yeah, this is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Nude, and this is in the shade Nude 5. I thought I had more. Yeah, I got this one too. This is another Danessa Myricks Color Fix in Nude 9. I want to do brown, but I want it to look dimensional. I don't want it to be flat brown like I normally do. Maybe incorporate a little bit of a purple in there. We got the shade Latte from Danessa Myricks 2. So these 3. Maybe. We gonna see. I don't know. We gonna see. All right, let me spray my face with this now. Ugh. I definitely prefer the aerosol setting sprays because it doesn't feel like they're spitting at you. But that smells nice. It's got a nice aroma. Okay, put this back. I love Danessa Myricks stuff. I have her Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, but this is my summer shade. Maybe I'll still wear this. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow because I'm going to do my makeup tomorrow too. Maybe I'll still wear this tomorrow. I don't think I'm going anywhere tomorrow. I'll just look real bronzed. Okay, so I'm using the shade Cool Spice from MAC. And I need my sharpener. Someone emailed me. Ugh. Hold on a second, I got a couple emails. Yeah, man, this job thing. I think I said this before, but I am having a very rude awakening. Okay? I do not regret quitting my past job because it was literally killing me. I was literally not in the best headspace. Let's just say that. So it was not sustainable at all. But I sure wish I had looked for a job before I left. But we're here now. And my loving husband is taking care of my ass. I hate it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's what it is. And when I tell him, like, sometimes when I tell him I feel I'm having feelings of regret, he's like, I'd much rather have you around than have you have a job. So he's sweet like that. He cares more about me than what I can provide. And that makes me very happy. All right, so that's Cool Spice. Maybe I want to overdraw a little bit more. I think I want to overdraw a little bit more. Give me a second. Because I have not got my lips done in over a year. And that is something Jeff is not going to pay for. So that's why I need a job. That's another reason I need a job. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the shade Nude 9 from Danessa Myricks. And we'll put that right here. And I'm going to use a brush. Let me clean it off real quick, because it still has pink on it. All right, so I'm going to use a brush to ombre my lips. So I'm going to use this on the outer parts. Oh, I thought this was deeper than that. Oh, well. This is not as neutral as it looks. Well, I guess it doesn't really look neutral. I was going to say, I thought this was a neutral brown, but now that I... Oh, thank you. That's because I still... Because it wasn't the first time that I got lip filler. I've been getting lip filler for 3 years. So it's not like, you know, it disintegrates. Because I've had that much. It's not like it's going to disintegrate right away. But when I tell you my lips were up to here... I can tell a difference. But thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, that is a cosmetic procedures is something Jeff is a hard no on. Which I don't blame him. I'd probably do the same thing. I'm just used to... I was just used to, you know, spoiling myself. Because we could afford it, you know? We could afford it. I'm going to overdraw just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. That's a nice color. I am craving sushi right now. I'm going to go get me a salad, though. I need to... I might as well just go get my kid, too, maybe. I'm going to go out that way. All right, so this is a nice color. It's on the yellow side, which I did not plan for, but it is nice or whatever. I'm just taking my time. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to use this on the inner part because then I think everything's going to look too yellow. I think I'm going to go in with this one. This is in the shade Latte. I haven't, but I would like to get my giant mole on the nape of my neck removed. It's very large. Yeah, well, check and see if you're... Well, you don't live in America. So, do you live in America? I think you said you don't. Here, if it's like, if you have insurance and you can convince your doctor that it's detrimental to your well-being, insurance will pay for it to be removed. So, and since it's at the nape of your neck, you can always say like it's physically hurting you. Because if you lean your neck back or something, it scrapes and causes you physical discomfort. Okay, going in with the shade Latte in the center. Oh, this is like My Lips but better shade. Let's see how this is gonna look. The one thing I like about these Color Fix pigments is that they are very waterproof. And they are multi-purpose. So you can use these on your eyes as well. And she's got so many colors. I need to get the red one. I can use it as a base. Oh, I like that. Okay, this is turning out good. I like it. I like it. Pardon me. Oh, the high school kids are getting out. Ooh, I like this a lot. It's a very nude pinky brown. I like that. Okay, Danessa. Okay, girl. Okay, so these are the ones that I used. I used Latte and on the center and then Nude 9 on the perimeters. And then Cool Spice from MAC as a liner. And I think I'm going to leave it this way. I don't think... Ooh, maybe... Hold on. I'm being a little extra. I'm going to put a tiny bit of white in the center. Oh, that was too much on my hand. Go back in there. Okay. I'm going to use a tiny bit. Like when I say a tiny bit, I mean a tiny bit of white. Just in the center. You can't even see that. Well, in real life, you can see it. I don't think you're going to be able to see it on camera, but... Oh, this is cute. Yeah, this is cute. Yeah, this is cute or whatever. I feel cute. Okay. After 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. Let me get a brush for my hair. Ooh. I really want a salad. I am hungry. I'm hungry. Okay. This brush, this is how I remember this hair is from Trippy Hair, because this is a Trippy Hair brush. So, just comb out this hair, and it's pretty long. It's 22 inches. I haven't gotten it styled yet, so it's kind of like unfinished and shapeless. But once I get it styled and curled, I'll update you some more. Because I can't even tell you how well it holds a curl because I've never curled it. Had it for like 3 months and I've never curled it. It does shed. I will say it does shed, but all hair sheds, but this... Do I want to say it sheds excessively? I won't say it sheds excessively, but when you brush it, you are going to get some... You are going to get some loose hair. But yeah. Okay. This is nice. This is nice. Okay. I'm done. And just to recap, where did I put... Here it is. I was like, where did I put the palette I just used? Use the Natasha Denona My Dream palette for this look. Very wearable, in my opinion, unlike some of the shit that I come up with. But my favorite part is these lips. Danessa Myricks, boo. Danessa Myricks. So, yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, then tune in tomorrow, because I will be on tomorrow. I don't know what time. Might be on earlier. Who knows? Anyway, I will see you then. Thank you for hanging out with me for these 2.5 hours. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.